Well, I just thought it was time for a traditional update with no editing, just a quick traditional update. So look at these guys. These are my rubra. They're on their full-size adult male roach, which is what they get about 3 times a week at the moment. And they're looking cool. My son came in the other day and he was like, "Wow, they're really cracking off. What are they? What are they?" I was like, "These are red ants. These are the rubra." Focus. But they're doing really well. Really pleased with them. No sugar today, but they will empty one of those in 2 days. Anyway, let's move on. So it's been about 2-3 weeks since you lot have all seen my Octospinosis, and they do it. I mean, it's healthy in there. I was hoping that the fungus might have sort of reached outside by now. Is that any too fuzzy? So it hasn't reached outside that transport cup they came from Antarctics in, but I think it's wider in there. So as you can see, there's plenty of ants in there, looking pretty good. So this is the first time they've had any protein. That's just a piece of roach. No one's gone to it yet. It's only been 5 minutes, but no one's gone to it. They're actually trying to take the stem off that blackberry bramble. So I think we can sort of safely say that they're a bit hungry right now. But before I give them this bramble, they had privet and they were just sort of leaving it alone, not too bothered with it. Put some bramble in, they've munched it down. So I'm going to start trying to overfeed them with bramble. Although there's leaves down there, isn't there? They could go for leaves. So I want them to grow this fungus out of that pot until it's like pouring down the side, you know, and just keep going basically. And then if I eventually get annoyed with it, I'll take the pot out and sort of empty the fungus. But by then I want the fungus to be well established out here already. So yes, it's been holding temperature and humidity and everything quite well in there. Pleased with that. Not going to show you those properly because they're getting their own video. Now, last time I didn't show you my Lasius niger all that well, and I've just been looking at them. So I'm going to see if I can show you better this time. So this is actually my first relatively successful Lasius niger. Can you see them? Really well. I should take these red films off. I don't think we need them, to be honest. Not the Lasius niger. But they're actually on 2 or 3 different levels in here. Can we get a good view of this? Really? Yeah, the red films are really ruining it. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's actually getting to quite a good level in there now, the Lasius niger. They're getting half a roach twice a week, so it's not surprising really. Here we are, a little worker coming out now. Trying to discover the roach. So in about 20 minutes there might be quite a few on there. So over here, what we got? So as far as I can tell, they're doing okay. These are the what they're called, flavus. I do see them out. I've put a bit of soil in there, a bit of substrate for them. I know they like it, and they have moved it into the tube. You might notice this is my only flavus colony, so 3 flavus colonies have died in the last 2 weeks. It's been rather annoying. I think it might be to do with heat spikes or something like that, I'm not really sure. But the ones that have stayed in the Venus have actually done okay. Well, done okay. Stayed alive, let's put it that way. We're seeing not an awful lot. I'm assuming they're alive. Yeah, so we've got some flavus. I can see one queen that's moving around anyway. Let's just hope for the best for the rest. Back on there. Not the best videoing here. But look at these. These are the stars of the show at the moment. Turn that off. So these are my Rufoglaurcus, and you see that's completely dark in there. But what am I doing? Take this off, don't I? Let's have a proper look. I very rarely take this off, but why not? So basically they were filling out these 2 chambers of this nest. I was watching the queen the other day, I think that's the queen there. They were filling out these 2 chambers. And then something really weird happened. I cleaned this outworld completely. Nothing in it at all. And I'd hydrated the nest, and they suddenly decided that now they want a clean nest. And you can see there's hardly any substrate at all left in that. That's where it's come from. They just completely moved every single bit of substrate they could get, put it all in the outworld. Don't know why. They've had a whole roach. They're being fed like the well, the same as the same as the rubra. Get it right, Myrmica rubra. So 1 roach about twice a week, 3 times a week sometimes. They seem to be doing quite well. They only ever get sugar in there, but I do tend to give them quite a few fills. I think they have time for a feeder for these girls. So I've given them this rather large nest, attached it all together, and it's weird, depending on the temperature, they'll move the brood into that section over there, close to the heat cables. But nowhere's that hot at the moment, so I'm trying to keep it reasonably cool in case we get a heat spike. But if this hits 27 over there, then they love it. They move the brood over there, try and get as close to the heat as possible. They like 27, 28. But I'm not in that position at the moment, so I'm trying to... Everything is reliant on the leaf cutters. Anyway, top can go back on. I didn't like that. Let's set them off. Yeah, so let's have a look at the... Can I take this off without causing a real problem? Still no workers yet for the Nicos. But no qualms, if you see what I mean. Let's put the flash back on. Can I do that? No. It's not like using the flash for some reason. It's alright, we can go in, have a look. 3 queen Nicos, 3 queens still alive. It looks like we're close. That looks like... No, it's not. So it's not like a giant, amazing brood pile, really, is it? The same, we've got 3 queens in there. And there's no workers yet. It's been over a month. But that's just my experience with Nicos. They've never been like the fast, super fast, amazing, booming things that everyone says they are. I've had ants that are much faster. But that might just be me. That might just be my perception. I think it is really. Once I start getting workers and things take off, it should go. But then I've not taken this plug out since I got them. I've not fed them, not done anything. I'm not supposed to, are you? So fully claustral. They're looking good. There's still plenty of irritants workers in there. I'm not going to be able to see them, are we? And there's 1 or 2. What are they called? I can't remember what the name is. How much I've forgotten about them, but they're still in there. I still give them sugar. So yeah, as a general update, things are going okay, and the garage plan seems to be working, which is keep them in the garage. The only thing I've had big disasters with is flavus. 3 colonies of flavus all died. It must have been to do with temperature. That's all I can think it was. And these girls down here I'm going to talk about separately. So I want to do close-ups and all sorts. Look at this. Look what's going on now. This is... I do like giving these red runners because they fight them, but look at that. Proper swarm, that is. I definitely get a lot of bang for my buck out of my rubra. And the leaf cutters, actually, they're quite cool. Yeah, so thanks for watching. It's just a general update, this is, as I say. And I will do my Myrmica rubra challenge part 2 very shortly. I've already got footage, and I need to get more footage of the brood and close-ups and all sorts. So thank you, bye bye.